What's up YouTube, Edgar Kai here, bringing you an action figure custom. Today we are looking at the McFarlane Toys DC Universe Gorilla Grodd figure. Now this is a really nice figure for 19 bucks. I usually say that about most of the McFarlane figures. And they have really great sculpts, they have good articulation, they feel strong, and a lot of them have unique sculpts, which is awesome. The thing is that at the $19.99 value, these figures tend to lack paint application. So we can see here that his body is basically casted in a black plastic. We can tell because it's pretty shiny and has a slight translucent feel to it. Now the gold parts of his body, which is the armor, looks like it's casted in a gold type of plastic. Now the gold looks pretty good. I've definitely seen worse. If you check out Hasbro's Goldar figure from the Power Rangers line, the gold was just horrible. This is much better, but you can tell that there's something about it. It can stand out a little more. It could be a little shiny. So we're going to try to take that out. The sculpt is awesome. You can see around the ribs, his stomach, the skull, the spikes. There are little designs all over the place. And it's really cool that the Injustice game actually made a Grodd looking like this. And this little panel keeps falling off, which sucks. So I'm going to have to glue that back on. And it came right out of the package, just falling off. So whatever adhesive they used came off. But that's what you get when you pay for a $20 figure. We're going to use this Black Noir shoe polish by Kiwi. This thing should do a little black shine over everything and really sit into the cracks of where that sculpt is. So it's going to bring out the relief of the armor and hopefully have the black sit within the crevices. And we're going to wipe away. Now, I haven't tried it on this figure before. I haven't tried it on anything else. So we're going to give it a shot and hopefully it works out. So let's get back into here. And just taking a final look at what the figure looks like straight out of the package. There's a lot I would change, like repainting the face and all that. But we're going to focus on the armor just for this video. So I'm going to put on some gloves here, which are pretty easy to find in a COVID world, just to protect my hands from all that black shoe polish that we're going to use. But here it is. Let's test it on the piece of armor that keeps falling off. And first thing I'm going to try it out on this napkin. You kind of press down and that sponge soaks up with the black shoe polish liquid. And let's apply it to this little piece here and wipe it away. If we take a closer look, you can see it kind of falls into the cracks, but it is budding up a little bit. So it might have to take a few layers. So let's just start smacking it all over the figure. Now what I've noticed was that in the beginning, maybe I was wiping away too much with the napkin. So I'm trying different things. I'm layering it up, kind of caking it on. Maybe dabbing it would work better, but you can see that now I'm dabbing it instead of wiping away. And it's looking cool. Like that shine is really coming out. I like that the shoe polish has that shine to it because it kind of makes the gold look a little more gold. And here we go. We're layering it on, and then I figured out that rubbing it with your finger actually makes it stay in the cracks even better. So before we jump to the finish, I'm going to glue this back on with some Loctite. And I like this glue because it has this precision little squeeze triggers on the side. And, you know, other glues can be a little sloppy and get all over the place. But this one works pretty well, so I'm going to stick with this one for the next figures I have to fix. And here is the reveal of Grodd in his glorious armor. I think the shoe polish did bring out the sculpt a bit more. And it overall made the gold a little darker, so maybe you might not like that. I like the way that it looks, and you can keep layering the shoe polish on to make those little cracks even darker and really get a contrast out of it. So by the end, I was rubbing it with my finger in the glove, and I feel like that made it work a bit more in my favor without having to dab it with the napkin. So I would go more of that route. But you can see, look, those details stand out much better. It's got a nice little shine to it. It makes it almost like a worn gold, and I really like the way it looks. So the helmet's looking good. I tried to get as many details as possible in there, but some areas were just a little too tight to get with that sponge. So maybe going in with the brush would be better, but I wanted to make this like within a 15-minute thing. And it was a nice, fast custom. I'm tempted to go back into the fur and make that matte black and repainting his eyes a bit because it looks a little funny. But overall, on the shelf, you wouldn't really have to look at those details. I really like the way this gold came out, and maybe I'll go back in there and tweak it, but I'm happy with it, and for now, I'm going to call it a day, and maybe if I'm feeling creative later on, I'll go back in. So, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you later. Peace.